this. Let me log onto the computer because this is not gonna work.
All right, Shakima, you heard that? We're just waiting on Ty. But in the meantime, we're gonna
Uh,
talk about this new single released by Shirley Caesar and the Caesarettes. Seasonettes.
The Czettes.
It's called the Greens, Beans, and Tomatoes song.
She
So what
was
was she
singing the
talking about? What was that sermon actually about?
Probably he owned the house on the hill. You know,
And so she was letting everybody
in the
know.
card, you need it.
the earth is the Lord's and the fullness thereof.
You feel like going to go get it?
Mm.
Who you talking to, Ty? Ty, you can put yourself on.
You
on.
paid her, right?
I got beans, greens,
Greens.
potatoes, tomatoes,
Do it for me,
lamb,
fool.
greens,
Go.
beans, greens, potatoes, tomatoes, chicken, turkeys,
I
I
feel like
hope
I've
she got
won
a
this already.
hip hop award for this song so bad.
She should have what best trap song, like trap soul.
I want her to perform it at the BET Awards. Could you imagine her on stage?
She should have performed at a holy convocation.
Yes. And Lil Kim can come out and do her little dance.
Oh my gosh,
Lil Kim be Wu-Tanging like it's still 2003.
looking foolish like a mountain lion. Lil Kim,
You hear Lil Kim said she feel like a Spanish girl in a black girl body.
no, thank you, Kimberly
It-
Jones.
It was like, first of all, you're not in a black girl's body.
Not anymore. You are. You gave that up years ago.
Mm.
All right, y'all ready?
Before
Yeah, I don't know what's happening with the internet. Let me just
Dex, you still shooting this promo, or are you good to go?
Excuse me.
let me just start with this.
Excuse me, folks. Okay. Before we begin, okay, I just want to tell everybody.
Hold on. Hold on. Is Donald Trump? Yeah, we got a State of the Union from him coming up.
Excuse me, folks. I just want you all to tune in, okay? Ahem.
Mm.
That's how rich people clear their throats, okay? All right, okay. So listen, tune in, folks, okay? I've made more money than anybody else, okay? Believe me, okay? I just want to let you all know that the state of our union is strong. We're
Hold
stronger than ever.
on, Donald Trump. It's not your time yet. I mean, I know you
all
just
right.
do whatever
Tune
you
in.
want.
I'm going to tell you all, okay? You're wrong.
I mean-
You're completely wrong.
Welcome to Bro Talk Live, the show with the most. And yeah, like we had earlier, we can't keep him waiting. So we will go right into the Donald Trump, Mike Pence State of the Union address for his first State of the Union, his weekly State of the Union that he'll be giving live on Bro Talk Live. So let's go ahead. Donald, are you ready?
First of all, you're wrong, okay? I don't know who Mike Pence is. Never heard of him. He sounds like somebody with crooked Hillary, all right? Okay. That's first off, okay? Secondly, I want to let you all know, let me look at my notes. I don't want to be unpresidential like the Chinese, okay? So I'm going to look here, okay? Say something about Mexicans. Okay, listen, folks. We are doing bigly with the Mexicans, all right? We've got it going on down there in Mexico. They've already started the wall, okay? The Mexicans didn't want to do it, so we've exported the jobs to the Chinese, okay? And so our economy is growing bigly. That's first of all, folks. I told you we'd do it, and we're doing it, okay? So that's the first thing. Secondly, okay, talk about Muslims. All right, folks, okay? We've come up with something with the Muslims. Okay, we're going to give you all the housing in the East. Okay, folks, you all no longer have to worry about turning your little rugs and your little. Okay, folks.
Wow.
Okay.
Sorry, Donald, what happened? You just had a sneeze or something?
Achoo. Okay. Okay, folks. So that's for the Muslims. All right. Let's look up. Okay, the Puerto Ricans. They're still the worst Mexicans. Okay, what's next?
This is State of the Union by Donald Trump.
Yes, this is the State of the Union. So, folks, unlike your former president who didn't do anything, I'm going class by class by class, starting with the most important. That's the rich white Christian. Okay, and I'm going down to the least of you. Okay, so I'm working my way down. Well, I'm on your group now. Okay, you all are still poor. You all are still ugly. And there's nothing you can do about it. Okay, so that's the State of our Union, folks, okay? We're doing bigly, okay? Bigly, all right? We are, okay? We are going to throw Crooked Hillary in jail. That's going to be on the first 10 days. Okay. I only plan on being there maybe 6 months. I don't know after 6 months. I can't tell you. We may go bankrupt. I may build another hotel. Who knows? Okay. But as far as we are concerned, Crooked Hillary has got to go. Okay. All of you people in West Virginia, South Dakota, okay, Maryland, okay, Virginia, okay, China, you all are marrying your cousins. You all can do that. You got me in. I'm super proud.
Oh my gosh.
You're doing very much better, and I appreciate that. State of our union is strong, people. Okay,
Make America great
believe
again.
me, America is already great again. Thank you. God bless America and no place else.
Well, speaking of Donald Trump, he thank you for your State of the Union. You were on 60 Minutes this Sunday, and you talked to one Leslie Stahl.
No, who's that? Who's that? Did she cook me dinner?
No, she's probably old enough to be your mom, but
No, I don't have
they
a
asked
mother.
her. They asked him if he was looking into a point of justice, who wanted to overturn the Roe v. Wade ruling, and Trump responded by saying that whoever he selects to be that justice will be pro-life. In terms of the whole gun situation, we know the Second Amendment. Everyone's talking about the Second Amendment. They're trying to dice it up and change it. They're going to be very pro Second Amendment, but having to do with abortion, if it were ever overturned, it would go back to the states. So they asked him, yeah, we'll go back to the states. So some women would not be able to get an abortion. And he said, no, it'll go back to the states. And they asked him if some states would ban it. He said, yeah, well, perhaps they have to go. Maybe they'll have to go to another state to get said abortion. She also asked him about Crooked Hillary, saying that he wanted her in jail with the whole lock it up thing. And this is what Donald had to say addressing that. She did some bad things. I mean, she did some bad things. I don't want to hurt them. I don't want to hurt them. Talking about the Clintons, they're good people. I don't want to hurt them. And I will give you a very, very good and definitive answer the next time we do 60 Minutes together. He also told Leslie Stahl that he hadn't heard about the reports of racial slurs or personal threats by his supporters targeting African Americans, Latinos, and gays, but that he promised that he's going to bring the country together. He said, quote, I am so saddened to hear that, and I say, stop it. If it helps, I will say this, and I will say right to the cameras, stop it. That was not the end of his week. He was just getting started. He also named his chief of staff and strategist. His chief of staff will be Reince Priebus, and his chief strategist will be...
You're wrong. His name is Rance, like Rance across the street. Rance Priebus, okay? You can't get that wrong, okay? Wrong.
Reince,
you're liberal. Okay?
like Rinse and Dishes, and Steve Bannon, who is the racist in charge of Breitbart. So these two will be in key positions in the cabinet. And last but not least, Omarosa.
Who's cabinet?
She's speaking on behalf of her former employer. She talked about the reactions that she got from people who were not Donald Trump supporters and also African Americans. She said, I was called every single racial slur in the book that you could direct towards an African American by African Americans. I will never forget the people who turned their backs on me when all I was trying to do was help the Black community. It's been so incredibly hard. These comments that she said kind of echoed back to comments she said earlier this year. In September, she expressed in an interview to PBS, quote, every critic, every detractor will have to bow down to President Trump. It's everyone who's ever doubted Donald, who's ever disagreed, who's ever challenged him. It is the ultimate revenge to become the most powerful man in the universe. She also said on November 8th, the day of the election, the day before the election, let me just tell you, Mr. Trump has a long memory and we're keeping a list. And she told this to an outlet after Republican Senator Lindsey Graham said that he was going to write in an independent voter. So those were her comments then. But she's kind of backtracked on those in an interview with 2020 by saying that she was speaking her opinion at the time and not speaking on behalf of the Donald Trump campaign. She said, quote, that wasn't an official statement from the Trump campaign. That was just all me. She said, everything we say has consequences. I mean, words matter. And so something I say in jest will be a headline. And it happened to me at our victory party that I said something in response to Lindsey Graham not honoring his pledge to support the nominee. And then it became a headline. guys, what is the most fearful part? Is the possibility that Donald Trump has this revenge list that he's holding and waiting to get people back for? Is it the fact that he hired 2 crazy people for his chief of staff and also his chief strategist? Or is it the fact that it doesn't really seem like he's all sold into the whole domestic policy or foreign policy thing with his 60 Minutes interview? What do you think?
Let's not all go at once.
I mean, I'm used to Dex interrupting, so we just let him go first now.
Oh, is that how it is now? It's like an unspoken rule. No, I mean, you know, for me, like looking at this, like it's a lot. It's a lot to digest. I think it's really important, just like I said before, just to give Donald his time. Just like the first 100 days. Like I kind of want to reserve judgment until the first 100 days. Like anything that I see now, I'm just trying to pretend like I don't see it. Like I'll just pretend like I didn't just see the tweet that he put out that said, very organized process taking place as I decide my cabinet and other positions. And I'm the only one who knows who the finalists are. And I feel like my country is becoming American Idol or The Apprentice. And I just don't want to say anything just yet because I don't want the internet to be shut down. So let's just give him some time. Like maybe we'll wait to February and we'll reconvene and we can talk about like how he's doing. Give him a report card then, because as of now, Lord.
Straight up on that.
The
interim report is not looking good.
Right. Can we like recommend another school for this man? Because this is not cutting it. Like,
I mean, it's a disaster. I mean, it's already, it just feels like it's already a disaster. And there are already Republicans who are secretly saying that, you know, it's a disaster and leaking out that things are not going well. He's hiring known racists in really important positions, and people are already petitioning to have those people removed. It's like he talks about uniting the country. For him to hire, to make finalists out of some of those people is already unacceptable. So now you've already lost the Black community. So there goes that uniting there. So I mean,
do you think that when Ben Carson turned down the position that Donald offered him, that Ben got on the elevator and like in Trump Tower and like went down and like how he does on the show? Do you think that's how he like
just stepped down with that limousine waiting
and does his exit interview?
The funny thing is that Ben said that he isn't qualified because he's never held a governmental position, which is funny.
I mean,
I don't know if that was a shot at
Took
Trump
him
or not.
long enough. I mean, he only
seems like
ran as a Republican. Like, sir, you weren't qualified then.
He only ran for the presidency. He wanted to be the president. And at one point, back in like October, he was like a front runner. He was like winning. He could have been the president back in October. So it's like, what?
Exactly. Bill, how do you feel about what Omarosa said about Trump having this list? She feels like he's going to get back at everyone who didn't believe in him, and they will bow down to the most powerful person in the universe.
First and foremost, she needs to watch her face because she's supposed to be a licensed and ordained minister. I want her to watch that mouth. Nobody's bowing down to the Das Führer Trump. Okay, like we're not Sieg Heiling him. Like, good day. I think
it's entirely possible.
I'm sorry, what's entirely possible?
That they have this list that they're waiting to
it's
get
possible.
People out
like
of America or something.
It's absolutely possible. He bullies Chris Christie, and we know Chris Christie had a list. Like, come on, look at this Bridgegate scandal that's taking place. But I mean,
Didn't he fire Chris Christie? What did he do to Chris Christie recently?
Bullied him. That's what he did. Kicked him off the plane, told him to go home, had him just stand there looking at a box of donuts. Just anything. Like, anything he can do to humiliate Chris Christie, he does it. And quite frankly, I'm here for it. And I hope he does that for the next 4 years. And then we should elect him another 4 years so we can watch him humiliate him again.
They treat Chris Christie like the father on Aladdin when they be stuffing them crackers down the stairs.
And they still haven't offered Christie a position either.
And they won't.
He's going to be jobless. Nobody in New Jersey is reelecting him at all. Like, nobody. Not even the poorly educated. Like, nobody. He doesn't have a job. He's going to be trying to get this government assistance soon. Well, he's trying to get it now.
The one that he tried to stop other people from getting.
That's the one.
All right, moving on to something that two of us know a lot about, Mr. Andrew. Look at Dex, he ready. Dex is ready.
Really?
This is boy. Guys, if you don't know who this is, this young guy.
Bless my soul.
This man's name is Andrew Caldwell.
Wait, a disclaimer, because he has said that he is suing all the blogs that put his name in their mouth. So you better tread very lightly.
All I'm doing is reporting the news.
His security guard might come get you.
All right. If you guys don't know who he is the creator of the whole delivered phase. And we're at Church of God in Christ convocation.
Hold up. Let's.
I mean, am I lying or am I reporting?
No, it happened at Holy Convocation, but we,
it was sponsored. That Holy Convocation was sponsored by the Church of God in Christ.
You people are responsible for this.
If you guys don't know the rest of the story that's happened to him over the last 2 years, he then went on to a radio station and talked about a relationship that he had with Kordell Stewart. He said, does anyone want to do the voice, right? Anything? Y'all know how he sounds better than I do.
I don't know if I can. Hold on, I gotta see if I can do it.
Oh gosh,
Let me see. I bet. I dated plenty of football players. I dated some of them in Atlanta. I dated Kordell Stewart. That's Force's ex-husband. He said,
you just read the bottom one. The bottom one.
I had everything Force. I can't. I had everything Force had got: bags, pussy, cars. So I'm in a dag why now. He
said it was it was only a one-time thing, adding that he was a one-night stand with Kordell Stewart, that Kordell hit it and quit it, but he did get a Jaguar out of the whole thing. Kordell, for his part, denied all the rumors and filed a lawsuit saying that Andrew came up with the relationship allegations while plotting with producer Jarius Keon Moon as a way to gain buzz for a reality show that Moon was working on called The Gospel Truth. And that was a show that Andrew Caldwell was set to star in. Stewart has also named Moon in the suit for his alleged part in these vicious rumors. At the time of the lawsuit, Andrew did admit that he lied about the accusations and he apologized to Kordell for the public drama. However, he dismissed the suit and claimed that he would fight back in court against Kordell, saying, "It's true, I never dated Kordell, but I'm not worried about the lawsuit. If Kordell wants money, he has money. I don't owe him a dime." These are pictures of the actual lawsuit papers that went to court. And it basically says that Andrew failed to show up so Kordell wins. And now a hearing has been set for a later date for Kordell to show evidence of his damages so the judge can decide how much money Andrew Caldwell owes Kordell Stewart. But Andrew says that he was never served the paperwork, saying, "I was never served. I was never served with a lawsuit about Kordell Stewart. Kordell is trying to make up his 15 minutes of fame." He went on to say that Kordell is going to need some quote-unquote powerful lawyers in order to get a dime out of him. Guys, should Andrew Caldwell be paying up anything for these quote-unquote innocent rumors against Kordell Stewart? Dex, what do you think?
You said innocent rumors?
Quote-unquote. That's what he's saying they are.
Let me tread lightly because I don't want to get sued because I don't have any money, so I can't be sued. And I feel like I don't have any money, but I might have more than. Look, anyway, I don't think
how much do they expect to get out of him? Like, because he's still working at Chick-fil-A?
Apparently, he works at Baskin Robbins. Allegedly, he works at Baskin Robbins.
I heard they pay $15 an hour. He can afford to pay something, and he'll pay every dime.
No, but seriously though, like that's not innocent rumors. I genuinely though, like I think that there's something mentally wrong with this man because no, seriously, because because like I'm a fan of his work.
We told you this 3 weeks ago when you started watching his Facebook Live reality series.
You think it's been 3 weeks? You think it's been 3 weeks?
Intellectual disability.
You think it's been 3 weeks, but it's really been like a year.
Oh my God.
But I'm a big fan of his work. I think he's very funny.
A big fan of his
Fan
work.
of what work?
His work. Well,
Y'all
if
can listen.
if
Y'all
y'all
ain't
want
gonna
to
come
go
at Dex like
live,
this.
His
Y'all
work,
ain't
lack
y'all ain't
thereof.
gonna come for Dex like this. If
If
y'all
y'all-
would just oblige us and be obedient and
Yes.
watch these live posts, y'all would know his work.
If
Like,
you guys
he's-
don't know what we're talking about, this guy
William
Andrew
was over
Caldwell
here.
has a
watching-
Facebook live channel that he goes live on, and apparently he has quite the following, including Dex and Bill.
And William, foolish behinds. William was in here laughing. I'm like, what are you watching?
Cackling. You-
This fool is rolling around on the floor talking to me. I have a new. Like, what the hell want to sit there and watch that?
It's so funny though. Look, I think, like I said, his posts that he posts on social media are very funny because it's like he's so delusional that it's hilarious to me. However, your delusion has to have limits. You cannot go around talking about other people like that. Oatmeal pie face. You can't do that. Like, you can't talk about people like that. Like, the numbers are not- Well, he says that about people, oatmeal pie face, if they upset him.
He looks like the planet's nut man.
Okay, that's Jason that said that because he does too.
That
He
thing,
can't
let
see
me
no
tell you
damn
something.
body. You have freedom of speech.
Listening to
He
him
the
blesses
piece of
my soul.
Oh my
I
God.
don't know why. Like, I don't find it entertaining. I really don't. I'm sorry.
No,
So
no,
Ty,
you
you
miss
feel
it?
like he should pay however much Kordell can prove that
I feel like Kordell lost millions of dollars, and he needs to come up, sell that Jaguar, so-called,
What?
and that he got from Kordell, sell that white Benz outside that he said was outside of his new place, sell that new place, and pay this man. You owe every bit.
So how much you think if he at Baskin Robbins making $15 an hour, how much monthly you think they're gonna take out his check?
They gonna garnish them wages?
They gonna garnish
How much money is $15 an hour monthly? Would you say? Whatever.
like
Half of
$35.
that.
$35.
No, it's probably like $600.
Bill, do you think they should get Andrew?
Like, again, there's clearly a cognitive issue. Like, he has some sort of malfunction.
So you think they should let him pass?
He might be able to slide on not competent enough to stand trial.
He actually might.
Absolutely.
I just whatever happens, I want him to post it live. Like, when he go to court, put that thing on live.
Yes, I will watch it every
Oh,
minute.
shut up. Oh, my God. Come on.
Yeah, ridiculous. All right, moving on from Caldwell to even more ridiculous stuff. This segment is called "What Are You Trying to Say?" Because these people are saying things without actually saying things. So we're trying to figure out what they're actually meaning by the actions that they've taken. First up,
I'm good at this. Let's see what happens.
First up is Drake. He got this brand new tattoo on his shoulder with the skull and the caption under it, "Unruly." Guys, what do you think Drake is actually trying to say with this brand new tattoo?
We should actually call this translators, and I'll translate. I'm zesty.
It's probably some boy's name.
Whose name is it next?
Some boy he bought a car for.
He bought a car for her.
Some comments on this one saying that Drake did not get this straight out of the bubblegum machine ass tattoo on him. And someone else said Drake with the Myrtle Beach spring break discount. Ty, what do you think? And Drake trying to say with this?
I think nothing of this. Like, what is that?
And why is his arm so small?
What do you
Like,
think
are you 13? Like, what is that?
You got some nerve.
Ah! I don't. Excuse me. We can't all have butterscotch arms like you. Thank you very much.
Well,
What is butterscotch? I don't know what that's supposed to be. It looks like that character, Knight Rider.
Like Twisted Metal? Oh, Ghost Rider?
Yeah, there we go.
Goes around.
All right, so
Twisted
maybe
Metal.
he meant like Ghost Rider, like he doesn't write his own songs.
Like, Drake is just not even this tough.
Ghost
Like,
Rider because he doesn't write his own songs.
That's a good one.
I like that. Crafty. All right, moving on. This is the Mannequin Challenge. We all know the Mannequin Challenge is huge right now. It actually got a Ray Shrimmer.
That's the main sound. Those are like roaches.
well, the road just stand still.
Yeah. I'm
Like,
prefacing that with this comment. But yeah, it got Ray Shrimmer, the #1 song in the country, Black Beatles. So Soulja Boy decided to hop on the train. And he actually posted a Mannequin Challenge with some kind of incriminating evidence. So yeah, let's check it out. the Here Goes Soulja Boy's Mannequin Challenge. As you can see here, he has a bottle of syrup in his hand as well as a soda bottle. These guys are looking at some weed.
What?
While this one has an AK type of rifle there. Weed all on the ground. Guns on the counter there. And we have Soulja Boy again with the cough syrup and 2 drugged out people.
Get this coon out of here. What
do you think Soulja Boy was trying to say with his mannequin challenge?
I'm a nigga.
I think he was trying to say Donald Trump is the president.
Oh, you can do whatever you want.
You better get it out of your system now because you never know what's coming next.
Because law and order is coming.
I am the law and the order. Okay, folks. I am law and order, and you coons are going to jail.
And task force for communities of color. And he's gonna make sure he arms all police force with whatever they need.
That's right. That's right. My task force for coons is afoot, and I'm coming.
All right. Nice play Soulja Boy had, by the way. Nice that he can have those things and we can't.
I know, right?
Last but not least, Phil Jackson. He was speaking about LeBron James and caught a little flack for what he had to say. Talking about during LeBron's stint in Miami, it had to hurt a little when they lost LeBron. That was definitely a slap in the face, but there were a lot of little things that came out of that. When LeBron was playing with the Heat, they went to Cleveland and he wanted to spend the night. They don't do overnights. Teams just don't. So now Coach Spoelstra has to text Pat Riley and say, what do I do in this situation? And Pat, who has Iron Fist rules, answered, you're on the plane, you're with this team. You can't hold up the whole team because you and your mom and your posse want to spend an extra night in Cleveland. So people got pissed that Phil Jackson, the greatest coach arguably of all time, said the word posse in referring to LeBron James's friends and compatriots.
There we go. Come on.
Maverick Carter said that him and LeBron did not like the word posse, saying, quote, it's the word posse and the characterization that I take offense to. If he would have just said LeBron and his agent, LeBron and his business partners, or LeBron and his friends, that's one thing. Yet because you're black and you're young, he can use that word. We're grown men. He also decided to go on his Twitter page and post the definition of posse, which is a body of men typically armed, summoned by a sheriff to enforce the law, saying all the hard work, effort, and achievement. And he still calls us a posse every step they take. They remind you ghetto, quoting a Jay-Z lyric. Guys, do you think much was made out of nothing with Phil Jackson using the term posse? And what was actually he trying to say with that phrase?
His unruly hoodlums. I think he did mean it that way.
Phil Jackson.
But a lot of people are saying that, Phil couldn't have meant it that way because LeBron has had these people in his corner, in his circle. They've been his business partners, reported as his agents and everything else since he's been in the league. So they say Phil of all people should know that.
Man, this is all I can. I mean, I don't think you're a nigger.
So you think that's what he was trying to say? Okay.
No, I don't think it was like that. I don't think it was like intentionally that way, but I think that it just expressed how he feels about him and his people. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think it's like, oh, I don't like him because he's black, but I think it's like it shows his mind stereotypically, I guess.
All right. Dex, you think he was being...
Well, you know what I do though, like these days, I don't like to call anybody anything. I just say, like, if we can find out if he donated money to Donald Trump's campaign or not, then we know what he means. But if he didn't, then I can go with what Ty said. Oh wait, he did donate to Donald Trump's campaign, so guess we know what that means.
And Bill?
Well, that changed what I was going to say.
I thought when he said posse, I thought he probably meant to say entourage, and he probably couldn't figure out the word. But I'll give him.
He knew the word.
No, he knew the word entourage.
Entourage rolls right off your tongue. Posse, you got to really think about.
Posse is a group up nagger. I mean, posse. Like it was like I think he
probably called them
ghetto. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, not necessarily to act I hate you because you're black, but it's like you and all your ghetto people gathering up from the hood and the block want to have old times, and we don't have time for that. We're trying to run a business here, like that kind of attitude.
My PR agent just let me know that he's actually very liberal. He doesn't vote at all. He's very liberal. He doesn't vote at all. So like he might have meant it the other way. So we'll give him the benefit of the doubt here and just say like, okay.
And he's also a 10-time championship winner, winning 5 with the
Not really sure whether that's
what I'm
relevant here.
Phil
Not
Jackson,
really sure
I'm
that's
about to
relevant here.
When it comes to basketball, Phil Jackson can basically say what he wants.
Or whatever.
Because because I'm just because around this time last week we were all dying because Donald Trump was becoming the president. This man has millions and billions of dollars all over the world, the best reality TV show ever created, and he can't say whatever he wants to say.
Okay. You listen to me, boy. Okay,
well, I'll tell you.
You listen good. Okay, Phil Jackson can say what he wants, when he wants, how he wants.
Yeah, all of them think that way. That's the reason why we're in the position that we have right now.
All of who?
All of these people who make all this money, all the people who make all this money. Don't do that to me. All these people who make all this money, they say whatever because y'all give them passes. That's what y'all give them passes.
Y'all and them. Where do you fit in?
Hope them ain't watching you.
You know them is watching because he on the company
might
Wi-Fi.
change the code on your key card tomorrow when you try to get into work.
Ask for that computer back because he on the company Wi-Fi.
I'm just playing.
Psych.
All right, time for Q&A. Ty.
Wait. So I know normally Q&A is reserved specifically for our viewers, but like I have a personal Q&A that I would really like you guys to help me out with.
No, thank you.
Oh.
That simple.
Oh my goodness. You're really not gonna let him go?
No, Q&A. Pull it up.
All right, so Dex, if you have a question, you kind of have to give us like a person, place, and a thing like we normally do.
Okay.
We're letting this happen.
I just want to see if it's going to be in consideration. You guys are still going to choose.
Oh yeah, why not freestyle?
Okay, person.
Because nobody prepared anything, so let's not.
All right, we're going to do that one. And let me think of a person, place, and thing.
Go ahead.
All right, so I'll go with the first few. So the first one we have, I didn't put it up on the screen this time. I'm sorry, guys, but you'll get this nice little Q&A logo. The first one is about a woman. The thing is sex drive, and the place is home. The second one is a sister and the person is a sister. The thing is fertility, and the place is wherever. The third one is a person is a friend's child. The thing is religion, and the place is their house. And the fourth one is going to be the person is a spouse. The thing is sickness, and the place is a bedroom.
Given those options, Dex, what was yours?
The person is me. The place is America, and the thing is entertainment.
Yeah, let's go with Dexter. Let's see what happens here.
Okay, so guys, I have been watching wrestling for 20 years now, and it's like legit like a part of my life. Like I love it. I spend money on it, like monthly spend money on it. It's a really big deal to
By
me.
Wrestling, you mean like the scripted
WWE.
Okay.
Yeah. So I recently found out that so Vince McMahon is the owner, president, CEO of WWE. And his wife is Linda McMahon, who like wanted to become a senator of
I thought they got a divorce.
No, they're still together.
Oh, okay.
So she donated $6 million to Donald Trump. And like that really bothers me like a lot, because it's like one of those things, like it's one thing to vote for somebody, you can vote for whoever you want to, but like to give somebody money, like it rubs me the wrong way, and I really feel insulted by it. So like for the past since Tuesday, I've been like wrestling with like watching it still, and it's really it's truly a difficult decision, because like I know you can't boycott every single person who like supported Donald Trump, but like I feel like those views that if you gave him money, that means you support his views. And like a part of me was kind of getting over it a little bit, but then I read today that he's actually considering her for one of his cabinet positions. So it's like I get that you guys are friends, like, but for me, like I give them money every single month, and like I've paid upwards of $300 to go to a show before, and like to me it gets to a point where it's just like, am I making too big of a deal out of this, or is it like genuinely like I have a point here and it's a problem that I should really like stop doing it? It's entertainment,
Well,
you know.
I will say this. I think my wife put it to me like this the other day. She said, "Listen, if they're friends or whatever, and Donald Trump was on the WWE, and I'm not sure who invited him, was it Linda, was it Vince or whatever, he's a friend of the family. We can pretty much assure that. You guys are my friends. If one of you guys are running for president, I know you better than everyone else, and everyone else is saying you guys are assholes and racist like that. If I know you for how I know you as a friend, I would support you because you're my friend. I would give you money because you're my friend. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's not, I'm not supporting you as quote unquote the politician. I'm supporting you as my friend, and I want to be invited to the White House whenever I can get there. So if you put it that way, I can understand why people donate money to their quote unquote friends, even though people may hate their friends. And I don't think that's necessarily a reason to boycott someone else's business, even though I've heard that she actually has nothing to do and she sold her stakes in WWE, but you know, her husband.
But my issue is that like Jason, Christina, or I'm sorry, your wife wouldn't donate $50, $500 to like anybody without kind of talking to you about it first. So like, it's not like $6 million. Like he knew that she was giving that money to him.
Yeah, but it's their friend. Like,
yeah.
If I told her I was donating $6 million to Tyson for running for president, then I mean, everyone else probably thinks Tyson's a jerk, but I like the guy, so
No one thinks I'm a jerk, probably.
I think that was a stretch, but you know, you're my friend.
Well, thank you.
Anyone else?
Actually, that's a great perspective, and I never really thought about it like that. But yeah,
can't hate him. All right,
I can see that.
Any other advice for Dex?
I trust you're satisfied, Dexter. Let's move on. All right.
Now I know how the real people feel when they answer this question.
25-year-old and sex. The next one we have also is a sister and brother-in-law in fertility. Then we have the little kid whose parents are religious. And then you have the sickness and the spouse in the bed.
Ooh, sickness and a spouse in the bed. It sounds good. It sounds spicy.
It's not. I promise you.
Oh, well, just go with the spiciest one then.
All right. Spiciest one. Here we go.
All right. Let's give it a whirl.
Get ready for the spice.
Sugar, spice, and nothing nice.
Yeah. I don't know why it's not updating here on the screen. There we go.
All right. Oh, here we go. Sorry, let me fix this up. Thank you. I'm a 25-year-old woman, and I've always felt I have a higher than average sex drive. Oh, excuse me. I masturbate a lot and enjoy watching porn. Several months ago, I started posting naked pictures and videos of myself masturbating, none showing my face or identifying features, on a porn site where people upload amateur videos. It's been a big turn on for me to post them and to read messages from the men who watched me. I am not ashamed to have done this. It's something I did for myself and my enjoyment, and I'm happy that it helped me to appreciate my body and my pleasure more. However, I have started seeing a guy I really like, and then here it always starts. The big fat however. It's still early on. We've known each other for a couple of weeks, but I don't know if this is something I should tell him about, either now, eventually, or ever. It could be fun to do together if we both were into it. But if it's not at all, blah, 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 I'm like messing that up completely. I'm sorry. Anyway, already since meeting him, I've significantly reduced how often I go on the website and haven't posted anything new of myself in a few months. It's far more important to me to build a fulfilling sex life with my partner. Should I take it all down now and put it in the past? Should I tell him about it? And if so, when and how? That is interesting.
I do like your idea of like doing it with him, because if that's something that you truly enjoy doing, like, and you want to be with him and stuff like that, I could understand. Like, I mean, I wouldn't tell him that like it's something that I'm doing, but like I would bring up the idea, and if he's down for it, then like you kind of get the best of both worlds. I'm not like in a judgmental like mind frame with this. So like you probably should stop though. Like I don't really like it. I don't like that you're doing that. Like I want to.
I don't like that you're doing that.
I really want to be like this liberal person. I do. I want to be like this liberal person so bad and just be so okay with everything. But girl, what are you doing? Like, what is the purpose of you putting your body out there for the world to see you masturbate and stuff like that for? Like what is the matter with you?
She said she liked reading the comments. And
What happened to no judgment?
I'm trying to be that person, but I'm not him.
William,
Um,
what does the Church of God in Christ have to say?
No, don't say that. You're gonna influence his answer.
you know, right? Please don't do that.
That's what you-
Over here in holiness.
Oh God.
Okay.
that's what that's called.
Jesus. Like I just, sis, I just don't know.
I feel like you should tell him immediately. I feel like this is something that, especially, I mean, it's a shock. Like, it's not something,
Unless you plan on having kids with him, like
unless
her identity's not there though, so people don't know that it's her.
But
People
what if they're about to have sex or something like that, and she pulls down her pants, and he's like, "Oh, you're the girl from the videos. Oh my God!"
Oh, that
Like,
would never
Yeah, because they look so distinct. Get the
Like, come
please. Like that would never happen. Like
what
don't
looks so distinct? What you talking about that?
just snatch.
So here's what I think you should do. First of all,
Have you
go
seen one? You seen them all?
go on rotalklive.com and submit the link so that we can check.
No, you don't say that you have like no, you don't. Delete that mess up your computer.
No, please don't do that. I'm just kidding. Please don't do that. Send them on. I think since it's early on, the best time to tell him is now and see if he's comfortable. I'm not in the business of judging others. I mean, everybody has his or her own thing, and that's not my thing. So if I was talking to a girl, I would want to know that was happening so that I could let her know that, this is not going to work between us because I'm not interested in those types of things. However, there are people who are interested in those things, and he might want to do that with you. I'm not here to judge, but I do think you need to let him know while it's still early on so that he can make that decision for himself. Period.
And stop.
I'm not here to judge you.
Well, I'm not judging either, but stop.
All right, last one, quick. Let's just hit this one real quick. It's kind of interesting too.
All right. Our son has a friend, Malik. Malik's parents are very religious and have a lot of rules about what Malik isn't allowed to watch or read. He is not allowed to play video games, period, and wouldn't be allowed to watch a Harry Potter movie or a superhero movie. He is not allowed to watch most cartoons and can only listen to radio stations with religious programming. Our son hardly ever goes to Malik's house to play.
He only listens to radio.
Over here a lot. The boys play board games. So the boys play board games or play with Legos, but Malik sure would like to watch movies or cartoons or listen to the radio. I've caught him reading my son's Harry Potter books. My husband says we should let him watch and read the stuff and that his parents' rules can be for their house, but we don't have to follow them. Oh, excuse me? I can go ahead and stop you now.
You have to finish. It's like a whole paragraph.
While I agree the restrictions put in place by Malik's parents are ridiculous, I would be very upset if our son went to stay with a friend and was allowed to watch or listen to something that we didn't want him to. You answered your own question.
Keep going.
Like something with excessive violence or sexuality. Malik will be staying with us this weekend, and my husband, we're right on time, guys, give perfect advice. My husband wants to take the boys to see a movie. The answer is no, of course, which I know Malik's parents wouldn't approve, so you're kidnapping. But one that is age appropriate for 8-year-old boys. Is my husband right? No. Can we disregard? No. Malik's parents' wishes, or should we follow them? Yes, as they trust us to do. Absolutely.
Well, I mean, here's the thing. We don't want Malik not to have any friends. So if little Malik's only friend is this kid and this kid wants to play video games, I feel like that Malik, granted that the video games aren't anything that are going, that is super violent or anything like that. If it's like Madden or something like that, the parents say, "Oh yeah, we don't want him playing video games." I don't see why there is anything wrong with playing Madden with the kids.
Let me tell you what pisses me off. You ready? I don't give a flying monkey paw fuck how ridiculous you think my rules are. If that's my kid, and if I decide that he's allowed to be with you, you're gonna respect that I don't do that. Like, I hate those parents to be like, "Oh, be quiet, let him eat a little pork." Like, we don't eat pork. We don't fucking eat pork. So don't feed my kid that if you know for a fact that we don't do that. Now, if you're not comfortable with that, that's fine. Don't invite my kid over. I'll keep the little fucker home with me. But I'm letting you know that those are the rules that I have. Like, period. Like, what's wrong with you? No, we're not going to sneak them off to a movie. That's somebody else's kid. What are you talking about?
No, the movie was a bit of a reach. Your husband needs to spend some time.
Like, you're basically about to kidnap my son and say, "I don't give a fuck what you think." I'm about the cursing, but we're going to take him to a movie as if you're saving him. This is how we're raising him. I don't care if he was sneaking in and listening to and watching Harry Potter or reading Harry Potter.
They try to see the new Harry Potter Fantastic Beast and where to find
I'm
the
about to
movie.
go see it because I think I find it interesting. But
so do Dad.
Exactly, but that's not their kid. Like, take your kid to see it.
So does Malik too.
Malik probably been telling him, "Look, can y'all please just take me to see this movie? I want to see it so bad."
No, and I think
Malik be like, "Help me, please."
Don't get me wrong. Like, I don't agree with Malik's parents in any way, shape, or form.
Malik is 8 years old, listening to gospel radio like 24/7.
That's right, because that's how we're raising our kid. That's it.
See, that's where you got me messed up, because like I don't work for a gospel radio station, so you're really not helping my pockets with this. So that's a problem right there. Secondly, I feel like the parents should spend some time with each other and really have like an open conversation about this, because maybe it is like the boys can't play with each other. Also, like, wouldn't you love to have like the biggest issue with your child is that they're sneaking off to read books? Like,
but maybe that's their big plan, like to make to restrict them so much that when he does do something, it's like the stupidest thing. Like, oh,
yeah, like read a book, like
a rated G movie. Oh, but like at the end of the day,
he
like,
could probably watch G, but he can't watch PG.
Like, my brother has like beliefs that I don't necessarily get down with, but like when I'm watching my nephew, I try as best I can to keep those things in place. Because at the end of the day,
like,
he's the one who
bacon salad or something like that.
Me. Yeah, I'm like, now that you're at Uncle's house, here's a bacon salad. Like, what? No, you don't.
I feel like that's pushing it, but genuinely, when I'm with my niece and my nephew, like my nephew does it, like they say, don't buy him any toys. When he's with me, I'm buying him a toy. Like, I do what I feel like doing. Like, I don't care.
I don't do that.
Here's the thing about that, though. Don't buy him a toy, and here are our religious views are something completely different. Like, okay, don't buy him a toy because he's spoiled. Like, okay, I can understand that, and I'm still gonna buy him a toy because that's my nephew.
Because it's the movie,
but,
like, come on.
Like, this is what people are like. It's these type of parents that people are trying to like guard their children from. You're like being a Decepticon, and you're like,
I was not about to say that.
Yes, I was.
Oh, you got like, some. You got some stuff.
You are deceiving this boy's parents. Like, you're being a deceiver. Like, who are you? Like, unhand him. Loose here, Satan. Loose.
Dex, you don't like that word?
Like what? Mm-mm.
All right,
quick
Q&A.
shout out. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Quick shout out to Venetia for watching us live.
Oh, I like that name. For more Q&A questions, brotalklive.com. Click on the Q&A button at the top of that website. You can submit your question and we'll read it on air, just like Dex did. All right, so this time we're playing Jizz Time. And you know that game that's been going around on Twitter? It's called What Does It Look Like I Do for a Living? Well, if you haven't heard of it, this is kind of what's going down. It's pictures like this. People are posting of themselves and saying, what do I look like for a living? And someone said, tell people you Jada Kiss has brother, also known as Jada Hug. This person on the right said, what do I look like I do for a living? And he said, tell people you would have been D1 if you ain't tell your ACL your senior year. So it kind of went on, kept going. This woman said, what does it look like I do for a living? Someone said, stink. And they gave this guy the blues. He asked, what do it look like I do for a living? And they actually just showed him what they thought he did for a living and posted. And the Trump fans one. That was actually pretty creative. So guys, we know for us to play it, we have to include photos of ourselves. So guys, we're going to play this nice little fun game called What Does It Look Like I Do for a Living?
Let me tell you what you're not about to do. Put pictures of me looking crazy. Look at sitting around internet, people talking about
what it look like Bill do for a living? In this
Slang crack on the corner, dodge his baby mom, and dodge the repo man. That's what he does for a living.
yo, that was right on.
Accurate. All right, what do Ty look like he doing this picture?
I'm unemployed like a mother. I'm living off my girlfriend.
Like child support. He waiting for that check to come in.
I'm living off my girlfriend, and I've never owned my own place, but I bounce from house to house, and that's how
I'm looking like money. Like I make money just by sitting there.
from pillow to post. Yeah, you definitely make money from on the first of the month when you sneak that welfare check from that girl you living with.
He look like he just got off his shift at the club after being a bouncer, and he doing his nap time,
soaking up the sun.
he work. Gotta sleep during the day.
Oh, Jesus.
All right, what do I look like I do in this picture?
I am a hippie.
Loser.
I don't actually have a job. All I do is smoke. I smoke weed all day. I smoke weed all day. I don't have a job, and that's it. That's my
I'd
life.
rather
That's
be
all I do.
N-I-G-D-A so we can get drunk and smoke weed all day. That's what you look like.
What do Dex look like he do in this picture? Dex look
I don't have any
Dex
friends.
looks like he touches himself.
I stay in my mom's basement and play video games all day.
No, Dex look like he be one of the people who be filling out them polls for money for like 5 cents.
Dex look like he probably like taste test food.
Yeah, he does Doritos, and he doing a review on it for Amazon.com.
And I'm a proud American.
I'm proud American.
Now this one,
We're still going. We're still going.
Here looks like, you know what? I done got my life together. I got me a job, but guess what? These 14-year-olds in here. These 14-year-olds in here. Come here, girl. Let me get a look at you.
Turn around, girl. You're looking like your mama.
Ty look like he work at the DMV, and he checking his account to see if he can afford a lunch.
Ty look like he just graduated from ITT Tech.
He about to go on a job interview and got them sneakers on with their suit.
He prepping his credentials for his next job interview.
Once again, I look like money.
Bill look like he catch rides for a living.
Waiting on that cab.
He's still out there waiting for cabs. Y'all gonna come or not?
That was socialite again.
He a socialite who socialite waiting for his Uber ride. Oh my gosh. What did Dex look like in this picture, y'all? He look like he worked for the Nation of Islam.
He really does. He really does.
The honorable prophet Elijah Muhammad.
Oh, I'm screaming. All right, and last but not least, what do I look like in this?
No, thank you.
Loser. No job.
They just let you go from the mental institution.
They just took them damn things off your brain and gave you a certificate. First day home. What shit wrong with you? You still got them damn scars on your head from that damn shock therapy.
He looked like he waiting on that first month check.
Jason actually legit looks like he walks around and pretends like he has security and pretend like he has like a Mercedes outside of his house and sleeps with football players. Jason, you look delivered in this picture.
Where the hell did you get that picture? You crazy as hell.
I did have the nerve to post it and keep it up.
Oh, God in heaven.
Lord, I'm sorry, y'all. If that was annoying, I'm sorry. That was hilarious, and I wanted to do it so bad. Thank you for letting me do that, guys. And thanks for dragging. Thanks for the fact that we were able to drag each other doing the show because we're such good friends. It is now time for Dex's BS Report.
All right, so I'm gonna focus on a couple states that really support BS. It's evident since last Tuesday. Texas is the first one. So in Texas, there is a mother who is now arrested because she sold an exotic pet. So what happened was she sold an exotic cat to a buyer, and they reported to the police, and they were like, we paid $3,000 for this, but I don't think it's a regular cat. I think it might be like a tiger. So she's been under investigation since September. police officers actually kicked her door in on Tuesday after she finished voting for Donald Trump, and discovered that the woman had three tiger cubs, one adult tiger, a skunk, 3 monkeys, 2 dogs, and an iguana in there. And she had a 3-year-old child walking around, endangering the child's life. The woman is now in jail, and she said she did not know that all of the animals were dangerous. There's a new cuisine that's out right now, and it's made with cannabis.
A new what?
New what?
Cuisine.
Oh, really?
Cuisine.
William, can you pronounce that for me?
Is that a French word? What kind of word is that?
That's right. Cuisine.
Cuisine.
It's called lean cuisine.
Okay.
Siri, how do you say cuisine?
Cuisine?
She don't say, bitch, what is that?
Like, bitch, what?
Okay, well, anyway, there's a new food out there that people are eating, and what they're doing with it. There's a chef what she's doing is she's actually creating it with cannabis. So she melts the butter and everything like that, but she's not making regular old basic cookies like some people make. What she's making is actually homegrown, like amazing food, like greens and potato salad and different things like that.
Beans, greens, tomatoes, potatoes.
Yeah, like you name it, she's making it. And the final story is coming out of Pennsylvania. There is a popular Fridays that a lot of people love. It's on City Line Avenue. So what happened recently was a woman was in there. She was eating her Cajun shrimp chicken and pasta and got a little roach crawling out of the pasta towards the end. The one on City Line? The one on City Line. I personally called the restaurant and they had no comment. That has been Dex's BS report for the week.
Dex,
who ate that roach?
Wait a minute. You think they're still open? You should have called them on the show.
You should have called them.
Well, I called multiple times and they did not, and I gave my press credentials and they did not want to give a comment.
Wait, you said, girl, we don't care.
Y'all keep going. I'm about to look up their phone number, see if they still open, and then I'm gonna Google.
They open
them on the show.
Oh,
Friday
on City Avenue. Don't put Line Avenue because it ain't gonna happen.
Oh, there it is. Oh wait, come on.
You said, "Oop, there it is."
Are you calling them to ask them about
I'm
this?
about to call them right now.
I guess we got a little time.
Oh, we got time for this phone call. Let's see here.
Come on, Trump.
Leave it ringing. They're gonna pay it.
They probably shut down for the day.
Shirley sees open. Answer the phone.
I'm gonna leave a message if they got a voicemail.
If you leave a message, you say, "I got beans, greens, tomatoes, potatoes."
And I'm gonna get my phone number to call back. They childish.
They childish.
They out there spraying for roaches. That's why they can't answer their phone.
The roach crawled out of the food.
It crawled out of the pasta. Yeah.
Oh, I would have a stroke. I would have turned that place out.
You hear me?
You wouldn't have a stroke. You have.
Was it one of them flying roaches?
I didn't see the roach. She probably ate it. She probably ate half the damn roach before she realized it was in there.
You know, some of the roaches be crunchy. They got like a harder shell than some of the other ones. Some of the other ones got like a little soft shell, like a soft shell crab, and some of them are like real.
Okay, hard. I don't.
If that one place has roaches, all the places in the area have roaches.
Don't say that because I eat. Please don't.
All the places in there, the whole damn City Avenue or City Line.
Well, that the apartment building that was across the street from them was
roaches full of vermin,
filled with them, and they had to shut it down. It was so bad.
They had rats crawling out of people's garbage disposal.
Crawling
big
out
ass
of
rat. Like you go to eat, and a big ass like rat jumps right out like and f's you up. They had to shut the whole building down. Like so,
them rats can fight.
Listen,
like right next
watch
door.
the bulls.
Can we move on? Like my BS report is done.
All right, time for seats. My computer froze, so Bill, you gotta take seats.
Let's go ahead and give out seats on tonight. So tonight is this week, like it's really been a long week. And I want to give out this seat because this young person deserves a seat. So I don't want to give out too much information because I don't want to get sued. Even though I do have good lawyers, unlike some people, I do have good lawyers on retainer, and my lawyers are like they sue back.
Your lawyers got retainers? They don't got straight teeth?
Well, in any event, There was a young man. Listen, I just want to see people who run their mouths, and when they get punched in the mouth, or when they
Who was you fighting this week? You was fighting somebody else this week?
Nope. Listen, I'll fight.
You fighting some lesbians again?
Let's move on.
You can't keep fighting these lesbians.
Who next?
My seat is going to go.
Who next?
My seat is going to go to Chili's. If you haven't heard about,
I second that seat.
Wow, you heard of the story?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, just making sure. All right, U.S. Army veteran Ernest Walker. He went to a Chili's restaurant on Veterans Day because Chili's said they was giving away free food to veterans.
Oh, sorry, that wasn't the scene.
And so he decided to, get his little credentials. And he went to Chili's with his dog, and he decided to have himself a nice meal. So he told the waitress that he was a veteran. She brought him the food and everything else. And then some hating ass white man who was across the restaurant, but that could see him,
that was nasty,
decided to tell the owner of the restaurant. He called the manager over and said, "Oh, I don't think that he served." And the guy said, "Why?" He was like, "Well, because when I served in Germany, they didn't allow blacks to serve. Plus he has on his hat, and a true Army veteran would never wear his hat inside of a building." So the owner.
Hi, my name is Bill. I'm calling from Bro Talk Live. I wanted to call about the roach that was found in a customer's food.
I'm sorry. Let me switch phones, okay? Hold, please.
I hate y'all so much.
You know he's not coming back.
He hung up.
All right, so while we wait for him to come back, so they told the guy. So the manager of the restaurant decided to go over to the man and ask him, was he an Army veteran? So the guy decided to produce his paperwork. He gave the manager's paperwork and also his military ID. The manager saw both of those things and still took the meal from the man in the middle of him eating it. Took the meal from the table and took it back in the back. Now, Chili's, the guy ended up leaving the restaurant. Chili's has reached out, and the guy said they haven't reached out to him. But Chili's has reached out and released a statement saying that they have failed at providing the utmost support.
Yes. Hi. How are you?
Good.
So with whom am I speaking?
My name is Lawrence Clinton. I'm the dining room manager. How can I help you?
Hi. I just wanted to call and probably just get a comment on the story about a roach being found in a customer's food.
We have no comment.
All right. Is it true?
We have no comment. We can't comment on stuff like that. Whenever you have a situation that's press related, you always want to contact the actual owners. So that would be Jackmont Hospitalities.
All right. And do you have a phone number for them?
I don't, but if you Google it, it'll come up. They're based out of Atlanta. It's Jackmont Hospitalities.
Jackmont Hospitalities. All right. Thank you so much for your service on tonight.
I got beans, greens, potatoes, tomatoes, clams, ham.
And if you want, you can always pull this episode up. It's Bro Talk.
I'm out of here.
Thank you so much.
All right.
Breaking news here.
Breaking news.
I don't got that fucking time.
Y'all know I'm gonna Google and call him too.
So my seat goes to that restaurant manager and this guy who also gave a no comment. But he was nice enough to switch phones and talk to us in a nice, clear voice. So thank you, sir.
Nice.
But yeah, my seat goes also to Chili's for taking that man's food. Chili's said they dropped the ball and that they will be reaching out to the guy to offer him, I guess, a free coupon for a next move.
Chili's is a piece of shit anyway.
Oh, you know what? At this point, my seat is gonna go to me because how the hell does Will get further in that conversation than I did? And I'm supposed to be a journalist. Anyway, in lieu of a seat tonight, I want you guys to go out and pick up this book. This is by one of our good friends, Tanea Zuri, whatever she wants to call herself these days. This book, I'm just joking. This book is no, seriously, this book is really good. My mother endorses it. She doesn't endorse anything, guys. It's called Footprints Across the Sun.
It's called what?
Footprints Across the Sun. You can follow her on Instagram, social media. It's Marley Soul. I'll retweet her and just make sure you pick this copy.
She's Zuri Monet actually across all of her platforms.
Yeah,
but yeah,
and that's it. That's all I got.
And that was her on naked on the front of that photo. So fellas, if that's what you're looking forward to, so you can just go ahead and pick up that book for that too. So yeah, shout out to her. She's like the I'm trying to be respectful. She's like the Solange of poetry, if you want to put it that way. I think that's an accurate portrayal. No,
fair.
Exactly. All right. Moving on. Any more seats?
No, we're done. Like we can't drag this on.
I have a couple shout outs though.
Okay.
So I want
ridiculous.
I do definitely absolutely want to shout out Tanea. Thank you for all your support. I want to shout out Fatima. Fatima and Dion, you guys support like so much. And also I want to shout out to Vince and Rich for like their Sugos mixer. You guys did a great job. And then also shout out to Jameer and his Play Cousins podcast. And lastly, and not least, a shout out to Julian for having me on in the mix with Kid 6 tonight. Like, it's a great show. I'll be back on there next Tuesday, guys, and we're talking about the election still. We had a really heated conversation today. We had a really heated conversation today, and you guys should definitely tune into the show next week.
Since we're doing shout outs, Jordan, I'd like to give a shout out to Jordan, Johnny.
Michael Jordan?
Well, I don't have that kind of money. Shout out to Fridays for answering the phone for me. Shout out for really shout out to Sammy, Alex, and the whole squad, like, for watching the show. Jawan, Johnny, SK, like, I really appreciate your support. I appreciate it. Thanks, guys.
One more thing. Sage Steele, who is a reporter for ESPN, she does the basketball coverage. She decided to talk about this guy, Mike Evans, who decided to sit down during the national anthem this week because he was protesting Donald Trump's election. She decided to go on and kind of tell him that what he's doing isn't appropriate because the only time we should be kneeling for the national anthem is if we're putting flowers on a veteran's grave. Ma'am, you have no idea what this guy's real intention for kneeling was. And if you understood what he said that he is forever indebted to everyone in the military, but that his protest was had nothing to do with people in the armed forces, that it was strictly—
It never has. I don't know why people keep comparing.
Yeah, the national anthem does not mean the military. That is not their song, girl. I'm sorry. Moving on. I would like to give a shout out to everyone who watched today. We appreciate it. Thanks you guys for playing nice during the whole "What Do I Look Like I Do" challenge. You guys were really funny tonight. And Dex, I like that Star Wars Star Trek swear you got on. It's nice.
Star Trek. This is Banana Republic. What you talking about?
Like some Star Trek Voyager.
No, Banana Republic. Holiday 16 collection.
Ooh!
Oh, all right.
Straight off the runway. Straight off the rack.
Captain Janeway.
Can we go home? Like, I just want to be
collection.
The Captain Kirk collection.
For Dex, for Will, for Ty, this has been another edition of Bro Talk Live. We out.